सबैजनालाई नमस्कार। म पास्ट क्वेसनहरुको सिरिज वाइज भिडियो बनाउने क्रममा छु। सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम पार्ट 1 को भिडियो मैले बनाइसकेको छु। आज सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम पार्ट 2 को पास्ट क्वेसनहरुको सल्भ गर्न गइरहेको छौं। मैले 20 नम्बरसम्म पार्ट 1 मा सल्भ गरे भने आज रिमेनिङ 30 क्वेसनहरु सल्भ गर्छु। फर्स्टमा छ क्वेसन नम्बर 21। Bradycardia, that is heart rate less than 60 per minute, occurs in. Bradycardia means decrease in heart rate. It occurs in athletes. Option A, pilots. Option B, athletes. Option C, surgeon. Option D, chess player. So the answer is athletes. Decrease in heart rate is called bradycardia, while increase in heart rate is called tachycardia. Tachycardia. That is heart rate greater than 80. So the answer for this question is athletes. Bradycardia, that is decrease in heart rate less than 60 per minute, occurs in athletes. Now question number 22. CCU stands for, this is very important question. CCU stands for coronary care unit. In the same way, ICU, intensive care unit. CCU stands for coronary care unit and ICU stands for intensive care unit. Now question number 23. Which of the following procedure is used to assess the human blood vessel? Option A, angiography. Option B, tomography. Option C, venography. Option D, electromyography. As the term angio is related to blood vessel, so the process is called angiography, while study of blood vessel is called angiology. Simply, the term angio is related to blood vessel, study of blood vessel is called angiology, and the procedure used to assess the human blood vessel is called angiography. Question number 24. Blood pressure is higher in option A, infant, B, adolescents, C, adults, D, aged people. Blood pressure is higher in aged people. We know blood pressure is directly proportional to age. As the age increases, blood pressure also increases. So we mostly hear high blood pressure in the age greater than 40, but it's very rare to the age less than 50, less than 40. That's why blood pressure is higher in aged people. Simply. Question number 25. Which of the following a single layer of endothelial structure? We know there are 3 layers in veins and arteries. 3 layers. All are tunica. Outer is called externa or adventitia, tunica media, and tunica interna or tunica intima. But there is single layer of tunica intima, that is endothelium, in capillaries. Now question number 26. A patient with high fever will most likely demonstrate the sign of option A, increased pulse rate, B, increased appetite, C, decreased sweating, D, increased urine output. As the fever increase, pulse rate increase, that is heart rate, called tachycardia. But there is decrease in heart rate in typhoid, which is called relative bradycardia. bradycardia, which is called bradycardia. A patient with high fever will most likely demonstrate the sign of increased pulse rate called tachycardia, that is heart rate greater than 80. But in typhoid there is an exception where the patient shows a relative bradycardia, this decrease in heart rate. Question number 27. Least blood pressure is at. We know highest blood pressure, the maximum blood pressure is at artery, and lowest blood pressure is at vena cava. As the blood flows very slowly, the blood pressure in vena cava is least. Maximum in artery, aorta is greater than vena cava is greater than maximum in artery, aorta, then capillary, then last vena cava. So the least pressure is at vena cava. Question number 28. Venous system of frog differs from that of rabbit in the presence of hepatic portal system is present in frog as well as rabbit. 3 vena cava is present in frog as well as rabbit. 2 precaval, 1 postcaval. Precaval also called superior vena cava, postcaval also called inferior vena cava. Hepatic vein is also present in both frog as well as rabbit. However, renal portal system is present only in frog but not in rabbit. So the answer is renal portal system. The venous system of frog differs from that of rabbit in the presence of renal portal system. Question number 29. The pacemaker of heart of rabbits are made up of option A, muscle cells, B, nerve cells, C, receptor cells, D, neuromuscular cells. We know mammalian heart. We know our heart is myogenic muscle cells. Myogenic heart. Myogenic heart. All the impulses originate from the muscular cells. It's called myogenic heart. Question number 29. Albumin is one of the plasma proteins synthesized in. It's very simple question. All plasma protein except gamma globulin, also called immunoglobulin, are synthesized in liver. The origin of all plasma protein is liver except for immunoglobulin. So the answer is liver. Question number 31. Universal donor blood group of human being. This is very simple question. Universal donor blood group is blood group O, and universal receiver is called AB. Universal receiver is AB, universal donor is O. AB positive universal receiver, O negative universal donor. Universal donor blood group of human being is option A, blood group O, that is O negative. Universal receiver is AB positive, donor is O negative. Question number 32. Arteries are. There are 3 layers in arteries as well as vein. Outer tunica externa, inner tunica, innermost tunica interna, and middle tunica media, also called tunica externa, also called tunica adventitia. In artery, tunica media layer is thick. That's why the lumen comes to be narrower. However, in vein, tunica media layer is tunica medial layer is thin, so lumen comes to be wider. Lumen becomes wider. Arteries are thick-walled and blood flows under high pressure. Arteries are thick-walled and blood flows under high pressure. So there is presence of valve in vein. Now the blood flows under very low pressure, so there is chance of backflow of blood. However, as the blood flows under very high pressure, there is no chance of backflow in artery, so there is absence of valve in arteries. So the answer is arteries are thick-walled and blood flows under high pressure. Arteries are thick-walled and blood flows under high pressure. Option B is the right answer. Question number 33. The blood in the mammalian heart pumped out by the right ventricle pass out of orifice which is guarded by their fourth chamber in heart. Fourth chamber in heart. Mathigo auricle. This is left auricle. Right auricle. Right ventricle and the left ventricle. Right ventricle. There is presence of tricuspid valve. Right tricuspid. There is presence of bicuspid or mitral valve. There is presence of mitral valve. From right ventricle, pulmonary vein. From right ventricle, pulmonary artery arises and goes to lung. From left ventricle, systemic aorta arises and goes to different parts of the body. So the blood pumped by right ventricle pass out by orifice of pulmonary artery which is guarded by pulmonary valve. So the answer is C, pulmonary valve. Now question number 34. Blood clot inside a blood vessel is known as thrombus. Blood clot inside a vessel is known as thrombus. Now question number 35. Hepatic portal system originates from. Now we have to understand what is portal system. Portal system is the system in which blood from different organs don't go directly into the heart but collected in another organ. In hepatic portal system, blood from different part of the alimentary canal goes to heart and here it is collected and then finally goes to hepatic portal system. The blood from different parts of alimentary canal is collected to first in liver, then finally pass into heart. So hepatic portal system originates from different part of alimentary canal. There are three types of portal system: hepatic portal system, renal portal system, and hypophyseal hypothalamo portal system. also called hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. Renal portal system is absent in human and rabbit, that is absent in mammal but present in frog. This is very very important question. Renal portal system is absent in frog, rabbit and mammal, and all other mammal but present in frog. Hypophyseal hypothalamo-portal system present in brain. Question number 36. A person has blood group A means yes, he has antigen A in RBC. Blood group A, antigen A in RBC, and small b, antibody in plasma. If a person has blood group B, then antigen B is present in RBC but antibody A is present in plasma. If a person has blood group AB, then both antigen A and antigen B are present in the surface of RBC. However, no antibody is present in plasma. Similarly, if a person has blood group O, then he or she has no antigen in RBC, but there are both antibody A and antibody B in the plasma. Simply, we can say that blood group A antigen, blood group B antigen, blood group AB, A and B antigen, blood group O, zero antigen, there is no antigen. Blood group A, B antibody, blood group B, A antibody, blood group AB, both A and B antibody, blood group AB, no antibody, blood group O, both A and B antibody. Always remember, antigen is present in RBC, antibody in plasma. Now, question number 37. Blood capillaries are made up of, यो पहिला नि भइसकेको क्वेशन हो. Blood capillaries are made up of endothelium only. All endothelium is made up of simple squamous epithelium. Blood capillaries are made up of simple squamous epithelium called endothelium. Tunica adventitia is a part of blood vessel. There are 3 layers in blood vessel. 3 layers. Outer tunica externa, also called tunica adventitia. Inner tunica intima or tunica interna. Middle tunica media. The tunica adventitia is a part of blood vessel. Now, question number 39. The function of spleen in adult is option A, secretion of hormone, option B, formation of blood, option C, development of macrophages, option D, phagocytosis of old RBC. So the answer is option D, phagocytosis of old RBC. Spleen is also called graveyard of RBC. Spleen is called graveyard of RBC, and also called blood bank of body. Blood bank of body. The function of spleen in adult is phagocytosis of old RBC. Now question number 40. In adult human being, spleen is necessary for option A, secretion of albumin. Albumin is secreted in liver. Detoxification of drug is done by liver. Formation of blood only in child. Infant fetus ma providing fetus ma providing immune response. Yes, spleen is largest lymphoid organ. Largest lymphoid organ. So the function is providing immune response. Question 40. The full form of MI, an acute and very serious cardiac disease, is full form of MI is myocardial infarction. Very important. Myocardial infarction. If some term is related to medical, then this is very important in medical entrance examination. That's why remember this. The full form of MI is myocardial infarction. Question number 42. Anticoagulant used to store blood in the blood bank is anticoagulant used to store blood in the blood bank is option A, citrate, phosphate, dextrose, and often adenine solution. Option B, dextrose solution. Option C, normal saline. Option D, potassium citrate. So the answer is citrate, phosphate, dextrose, and often adenine solution. Sodium or potassium citrate is used to prevent coagulation of blood in test tube. In laboratory. Question number 43. Blood grouping is important for option A, diagnosis of blood disease. Option B, blood donation. Option C, blood transfusion. Option D, direction affairs. Blood transfusion. Blood grouping important for blood transfusion and hemolytic disease of newborn. Also called erythroblastosis fetalis. Hemolytic disease of newborn and erythroblastosis fetalis, which occur when RH positive men marries RH negative women. Then there is chance of the babies, except first baby, to die before birth, which is called erythroblastosis fetalis or hemolytic disease of newborn. So blood grouping is important for option C, blood transfusion. Now question number 44. Following substances are the buffering agent of human body except buffering. Which of the following is not buffering substance? Following substances are the buffering agent of human body except option A, hemoglobin, B, protein, C, carbohydrate, D, phosphate. Hemoglobin is the buffering agent. Protein is also buffering agent, negative charge. Phosphate is also buffering agent, but carbohydrate is not buffering agent. So the answer is option C, carbohydrate. Question number 45. For the blood clotting, fibrinogen is changed into fibrin with the help of option A, antithrombin. Option B, thrombin. Option C, platelets, and option D, vitamin K. For blood clotting, fibrinogen is changed into fibrin with the help of thrombin. Vitamin K is also required for blood clotting. Question of 46. What is the function of blood platelets? We know blood platelets helps in blood coagulation. Question number 46. Blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. This is very simple and important question. Similarly, blood of insect is green in color. If blood is green in color, then due to hemocyanin, blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. Blood is green in color due to hemocyanin. Green or blue? Question number 48. The rate of heartbeat in newborn baby. The rate of heartbeat in newborn baby is 120 per minute. In adult is 72 per minute. In frog is 64 per minute. The rate of heartbeat in newborn 120 per minute. Adult 72 per minute. Frog 64 per minute. Question number 49. Extracellular fluid is rich in the following except. We know maximum in extracellular fluid is Na plus. Extracellular fluid में maximum sodium, intracellular fluid में maximum K plus, that is potassium. As K plus is maximum in intracellular fluid, it is not, we can say it is not present in K plus, not present in extracellular. Extracellular fluid is rich in the following except option D, potassium. Now question number 50. This is the last question for today's video. Bleeding can be due to all of the following causes except option A, decrease in calcium, option B, thrombocytopenia, option C, deficiency of coagulating factor, option D, deficiency of white blood cell. Answer option D, decrease in calcium also hampers blood coagulating phenomenon. Thrombocytopenia also hampers, and deficiency of coagulating factor is the main cause for delay of coagulation. So the answer is option D, deficiency of white blood cell. This much for today's session.